I started sifting through the facts that, what triggered it, what started it. I sifted through what triggered the frustration I was feeling, the anger I was feeling, the disequilibrium I was feeling. What triggered it? What did I do to feed into that thing? What am I learning from these experiences? And so said, so done. I withdrew from that experiences, the nuggets, and another experience happened to me. Another experience happened to me in the week, and I called somebody I could talk to, and I shared with them the experience, and I tried to sift through with the person, what was happening and why it was happening to me. And to be honest, the quality of individual that I am, the quality of individual that I strive to be, and I'm not everybody is wicked and hypocritical, but I really work at being authentic, genuine. There are days I fall far from the authenticity and the genuineness that I want to be. But there is effort there, and the quality of individual that I am, to be honest. Sometimes I wonder, why do certain things happen to me? Why? Oftentimes we hear about, things happening to good people and, stuff. And I sort of reached a point where self-reflection has to be a part of my life. And I want to encourage you, my Insta fam, my YouTube fam, if we are going to accelerate this year more than how we accelerated last year, if we are going to be better this year more than what we were last year, it's very important that we make self-reflection a part of a daily journey. What did I learn, or what am I learning? And I have more reflection to do today. And I plan to make this self-reflection activity a journaling activity. At least once a week, maybe 2 times a week. I learned my triggers. I'm learning my triggers. When I say my trigger, what makes me, what causes me to lose my cool? What is it about me that repels others? What is it about me that repel, people? And, although I try to be this authentic, genuine person, what is it really? And, something I learned a little bit more about my trigger. So I learned that, number one of my triggers is, I am direct. I am not a sidestepper. I'm not a sidestepper. If it black, it just black. And if it white, it just white. And I've learned to take that approach because that is the approach that the Lord has endowed me with to deal with my life. I don't pet myself, sort of. I pet myself, but I try to tell myself the truth. And so in my interaction with people, so my husband knows that. My husband knows if it's black, Steve, it black. I'm sort of be direct. And, even those uncomfortable conversations that I don't really want to have, I will work on having them. Because if it was black, you're black. And Steve, if it's ugly, it just ugly. If it don't feel good, it just don't feel good. If it yeah, a sorta, yeah, like I'm 88% that way. So what I've come to realize with me is that there are persons who, you know, they see that as offenseful. I see it as healing. So I learned that one of my triggers is I'm trying to find a good way to say it, a better way to say it. One of my triggers is things that don't make sense to me. Things that I just call stupidness, foolishness. It just, yeah. And I find that that's one of my triggers. I don't do well with, my tolerance level gets very low when my tolerance level get very low when I am dealing with things that don't make sense to me, to be honest. When I'm dealing with things that, you know, yeah, don't make sense to me, like foolishness. You understand? Yeah, I'm sort of direct and harsh and just, yeah. And having those experiences last week and going to self-reflection and still going through self-reflection, I realized that that is one of my triggers. One of my triggers is dealing with situations, dealing with incidents that they're probably a waste of time, they're a waste of my energy, they're a waste of my effort, they don't make sense to me. And yeah, and from the self-reflection exercise, I learned that people are at different levels. People are at different level. I'm at the level where I can just tell myself the truth. Like, I'm at the level where I can just tell myself the truth and I just name the bitter medicine and drink on the bitter gall and make it purge me out and try do what it's supposed to do. Everybody is at a different level. So my approach that I take with people, you know, in just being direct and blunt and honest and just that way, I realize now that I may have to work out a better way to deal with people. And I learned my trigger. I learned from doing self-reflection. I learned, and I am learning still, my trigger. I'm going to encourage you, my Insta fam, my YouTube fam. Let self-reflection be a part of your weekly life. You are not going to be able to move into 2020 with the power, with the effectiveness, with the girl boss so you need to move through. You're not gonna be able to master 2020 the way you really want to master it if you don't self-reflect. Let self-reflection be a part of your every week life and be honest with yourself. Through self-reflecting, I learned that my tone sometimes is wrong. Through self-reflection, I learned that my tone, I don't mean anything in my heart. And if you know me, you know I don't mean anything. If you know me, you know I don't mean that thing. But my tone sometimes is off. My direct and bluntness is sometimes off. People are at just different levels. And, you know, you have to appreciate people. It's not that you're going to pet and powder people. But you have to understand and appreciate that people are at different level and they're at a different processing cross bridge than you. And if you're growing to be mature, you're gonna just have to understand that different medicine for different people, different strategies, different medicine for different situation, and one medicine doesn't cure all problems. One approach, one tactics, one strategy does not cure all problems. So my Instagram fam, let us make self-reflection a part of our daily, weekly habit. Write them down. Search yourself. Sift out. You're having, some of us are having repeated incidents happen to us over and over again. Maybe it's a relationship that you're in with. Probably you realize, say, when you enter into relationships, They're just so unhealthy. Every relationship you enter in, there's something unhealthy about all the men or the relationship. And I think sometimes we blame men and we blame other people, but we need to self-reflect. What about you? What are you doing that is attracting those type of men to you? Attracting those type of relationships to you? Attracting those type of situations to you always? Like you're always getting a situation where you're having a particular problem repeatedly. Could it be that there is something in you, something that is attracting, something that is attracting or repelling, people from us? Good people, not evil people all the time. And so, let me encourage us. Somebody's trying to get my attention. Yes? Yeah? Yeah, ma'am, I'm not come out. I'm doing a video. Sorry about that. And so, let me encourage us to self-reflect. And so, when people come with their criticism, when they come to judge us and peel us away like onions, we will not crumble, because we don't live in a glass house. We have already spent time in order to search our own self. We have already spent time to peel away our layers like onions. So we are fully aware what's in us. We're fully aware of our strengths and our weaknesses and our faults and our flaws. And we're fully aware of them. And we're making strides to work on them. So when people come with their criticism and their tearing down remarks, and they come sometimes with being their evil selves, their evil will not really affect us detrimentally. Because when you're self-reflective, nobody has to tell you that you're wrong. You know you're wrong. When you're self-reflective, nobody has to point out certain things to you. You know it. Yes, there are some things there are some things we may not be aware of. There are some things, like for me, there are some things people had to point out to me repeatedly for me to look introspectively deeper into those parts of the onions, peeling away the parts of my soul to getting to the truth every day. I don't think I've gotten to the ultimate truth, the core of the onion, but I'm peeling away it and I'm learning. So when people come with them evil self, and some people just come to be evil, Let's not joke about that. Some people just come to anything, everything them criticize. Good, bad, indifferent, up, down, morning, evening, everything them criticize. When you meet upon those people, they will not affect you the way that they intend to affect you. Because you know what? You don't live in a glass house. You would have been learning to tell yourself the truth. And you'd have been learning to tell yourself the truth. And you would have been aware of your own flaws, your own strengths, your own demons, your own weaknesses. And you would have been putting in the measures to work on them. Right? So God bless you, my Insta fam. I just wanted to leave that with you today. Being reflective. If we're going to make it in 2020, we have to be reflective. God bless you.